Although there are differing viewpoints when it comes to religion and alcohol, beer has played a significant role in religion, from ancient civilizations to medieval monasteries to continued traditions. Today, we'll take a brief look at that history and its tie to one of India's most unique breweries, located in a former Catholic church. Join me for a beer as we discover St. Joseph Brewery on this episode of Drinking with Beers. Since the dawn of agriculture, civilizations have been brewing a fermented beverage made of grain. A liquid bread, so to speak, or today, what we refer to as beer. Of course, thousands of years ago, these ancient civilizations didn't understand that it was the yeast that were responsible for converting sugars from grains, like barley or wheat, into alcohol. All they knew was that they would drink it and they'd feel a little certain something. So they would attribute these magical, mysterious powers to the gods. And so they would drink beer as part of religious ceremonies and rituals. They even came up with a hymn to Ninkasi, the Sumerian goddess of beer. It was common for ancient religions to offer up beer to the gods, and in some cultures it wasn't uncommon to be buried with jugs of beer to take with you into the afterlife. Hey, can someone please make a note? Yeah, when I die, I want to be buried with my growlers. Yeah, Yep, thanks. In some pagan religions, they drank ale and meads during religious festivals. During the Middle Ages in Europe, monks began brewing beer in the monasteries to provide the monastery with a source of income. And here's a fun little fact. They would drink beer during times of religious fasting. Could you even imagine? Monasteries also acted as a neighborhood gathering place and would host travelers. Beer was an important component that helped serve and build community. This tradition still continues today. If you've ever heard of Trappist ale, this is ale that is brewed under strict order by the monks in different parts of Europe, but especially Belgium. And what I love about St. Joseph Brewery in Indianapolis, although it's technically not a Trappist brewery, is that it sort of gives this little nod to that tradition and that tie between beer and religion. Beer at St. Joseph Brewery is brewed on premise in what was formerly St. Joseph Catholic Church, located in the Mass Ave Cultural District. Once shuttered and boarded in a dilapidated part of town, this old church revived its former glory, returning as a brewery and paying homage to the days when beer flowed, and still flows, from European monasteries. But before it was a brewery, St. Joseph Parish was the fourth Catholic parish of Indianapolis, established in 1873. Father Joseph Petit, who came from France, was its first pastor. And then, to accommodate a growing audience, they built this building in 1879, with its first mass held on July 4th of 1880. At the time, the neighborhood was a thriving commercial district, and the church served its nearby residents. And then the neighborhood started to go through some changes, people were moving away, and of course, as a result, church attendance dropped, and the church unfortunately had to close its doors in 1949, but there is a little bit of good news. It did become a Catholic community center. So it was hanging on as a community center. The neighborhood started to just become really downtrodden, and the community center eventually closed its doors, sadly, in the 1970s. And it remained vacant for a really long time until someone decided we could open a brewery here. So in 2014, someone bought the building and they worked on it for a year. They gave it a lot of TLC. They squeezed in the brewing equipment and fermenting tanks. It barely fit through the door. And in 2015, they eventually opened as St. Joseph Brewery. Now the neighborhood is thriving. It's really worth checking out. And the beer is really good, and also they have really good food. And here's a fun little fact. St. Joseph is the patron saint associated with various feasts, and has also been declared to be both the patron and protector of the Catholic Church. So perhaps St. Joseph has been and continues to watch over this historically significant building turned restaurant and brewery, and perhaps he even has a hand at blessing the beer. But I'll let you decide for yourself in my next video when I walk you through a guided tasting of some beers that I curated from St. Joseph Brewery to share with you. We'll also get to interview Alan and JJ, who are the brewers behind the beer. So make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss that video. Also, if you want to drink along with me, I encourage you to head on over to St. Joseph Brewery and pick up some beer for carryout. Support local. I will put a shopping list in the description of this video so that you know ahead of time what beers to get. Thanks for watching. I'm Amy Beers. Happy drinking and cheers.